James David Vance, better known as J.D. Vance, has become a dynamic figure in American politics, navigating a journey filled with resilience, transformation, and ambition. Born on August 2, 1984, in Middletown, Ohio, J.D.'s early life was shaped by his Scots-Irish heritage and the challenges of a tumultuous family background. Originally named James Donald Bowman, he underwent a name change during his childhood after being adopted by his stepfather, ultimately embracing the moniker that would become synonymous with his rise to prominence. Following high school, Vance sought purpose and discipline in the Marine Corps, serving as a military journalist from 2003 to 2007, including a 6-month deployment to Iraq. After leaving the service, he pursued higher education, earning a bachelor's degree from Ohio State University in 2009 and a law degree from Yale in 2013. Though he briefly worked as a corporate lawyer, Vance found his niche in the tech world as a venture capitalist. His 2016 memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, became a cultural phenomenon, offering a raw exploration of his Appalachian upbringing and later inspiring a Netflix adaptation in 2020. In 2022, Vance stepped into the political arena, defeating Democratic candidate Tim Ryan to secure a U.S. Senate seat representing Ohio. Initially a critic of Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential campaign, Vance evolved into one of Trump's staunchest allies. His loyalty earned him the role of running mate in Trump's 2024 re-election bid, culminating in his inauguration as the United States' 50th vice president in January 2025. At just 40 years old, Vance became the third youngest vice president in history and the first from the millennial generation. Vance's political views reflect his alignment with national conservatism and right-wing populism. He champions issues like gun rights, border security, and school vouchers while opposing abortion and same-sex marriage. Deeply influenced by Catholic theology, his outspoken stance on childlessness and cultural decline has sparked intense debate. From the Marine Corps to the halls of power, J.D. Vance's story is a testament to reinvention, grit, and the complexities of modern American politics. Join us as we unravel the journey of a man who's reshaping the political landscape while carrying the lessons of his Appalachian roots to the nation's highest offices. J.D. Vance's personal life reflects his deep ties to family, faith, and his Appalachian heritage. Married to Usha Chilukuri, a fellow Yale Law School graduate, the couple shares a life grounded in shared values and intellectual pursuits. Together, they are raising 3 children, balancing the demands of public life with a commitment to family. Vance's upbringing in Middletown, Ohio, shaped his worldview, instilling in him a deep respect for hard work, resilience, and the complexities of community life. His journey from a challenging childhood to a position of national influence speaks to his belief in the power of transformation and personal responsibility. Vance has a pet German Shepherd dog named Atlas. Vance began his career working at a corporate law firm. After that, he moved to San Francisco and became a venture capitalist in the city's tech industry. Before landing a job at a venture capital company, he spent a period working as the chief operating officer at a biotech company. It was through this biotech company that he first interacted with Peter Thiel's VC firm, Mithril Capital. In 2016, he left the biotech company to take a job as a principal at Mithril Capital. This was the same year he released what would become a best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Because of the book's rising success, Vance did not spend much time at Mithril. He left in 2017 to work at the Washington, D.C.-based investment firm Revolution, which was founded by AOL co-founder Steve Case. He spent the next 18 months at Revolution, during which time he was a lead partner in roughly a dozen deals. Some notable investments from this time include an AI company called Prion and the aforementioned App Harvest. In 2019, Vance co-founded the Cincinnati-based firm Narya Capital. More info about Narya in a section later in this article. Vance began his career working at a corporate law firm. After that, he moved to San Francisco and became a venture capitalist in the city's tech industry. Before landing a job at a venture capital company, he spent a period working as the chief operating officer at a biotech company. It was through this biotech company that he first interacted with Peter Thiel's VC firm, Mithril Capital. In 2016, he left the biotech company to take a job as a principal at Mithril Capital. This was the same year he released what would become a best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Because of the book's rising success, Vance did not spend much time at Mithril. He left in 2017 to work at the Washington, D.C.-based investment firm Revolution, which was founded by AOL co-founder Steve Case. He spent the next 18 months at Revolution, during which time he was the lead partner in roughly a dozen deals. Some notable investments from this time include an AI company called Prion and the aforementioned app Harvest. In 2019, Vance co-founded the Cincinnati-based firm Narya Capital. More info about Narya in a section later in this article. Vance rose to fame in 2016 with his memoir Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir of a family and culture in crisis, which was a New York Times bestseller. The book chronicles his upbringing in Middletown, Ohio, and describes the socio-economic hardships of his family and the wider Appalachian area. Hillbilly Elegy drew significant press for its depiction of white working-class values in the Rust Belt, especially because of its release in a controversial election year. It was also criticized by many for perpetuating myths about poverty and making generalizations about various groups of people. In 2020, the book was adapted into a film directed by Ron Howard and starring Amy Adams and Glenn Close. J.D. Vance's tenure as a U.S. Senator for Ohio marked a pivotal chapter in his career, blending his Appalachian upbringing with a modern conservative vision. Elected in 2022 after defeating Democratic candidate Tim Ryan, Vance quickly established himself as a vocal advocate for policies aimed at revitalizing working-class communities. Drawing on his personal experiences and deep understanding of economic struggles, he championed legislation focused on job creation, border security, and educational reform, including school voucher programs described as a populist conservative. Some consider Vance to be critical of LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and the reality of climate change. Vance has persistently opposed supporting Ukraine in its war against Russia. In a 2024 New York Times op-ed, Vance explained his position by claiming Russia's victory in Ukraine is inevitable and that reality must inform any future Ukraine policy, from future congressional aid to the diplomatic course set by the president. Vance was a vocal critic of Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential election, calling him reprehensible and America's Hitler. However, he began changing his tune in 2018, and in 2020, he became a full-fledged supporter. Notably, Vance perpetuated the big lie that Trump lost the 2020 presidential election due to voter fraud. J.D. Vance, the 50th Vice President of the United States, is often identified with national conservatism and right-wing populism, seen as an ideological successor to figures like Pat Buchanan. Vance describes himself as part of the post-liberal right and has been characterized by his connections to Silicon Valley. He has openly acknowledged engaging with various right-wing online subcultures and has endorsed works by figures such as Heritage Foundation leader Kevin Roberts and far-right commentator Jack Posobiec. On social issues, Vance holds strongly conservative views. He opposes abortion, same-sex marriage, and gun control while adopting natalist positions, including advocating for policies that support larger families. And with that, thanks for watching. Give us a like, share with friends, and please subscribe.